reading in the third grade. It's not white children.
Correct.
It's not even to a great extent Hispanic children. It is primarily black children who fail FCAT reading in third grade. So if in fact it is true what I'm saying, and this can be checked out, no one needs to take my word for it, that the state of Florida uses the failure rates of third grade students on FCAT reading to determine how many prisons and jails they're going to be needing in this state, then who is it that the state of Florida intends to incarcerate?
Good point.
To populate these prisons and jails.
Good point.
So when you consider what is being done in the state of Florida now, and I'm sure that Florida doesn't have a monopoly on that mindset or that mentality, then what is in the offing for children of African descent in the state of Florida and within the United States of America? And if that is true, and if people check it and find out that it's true, then the question becomes, what are you going to do about that?
That's right.
Well, I can say on behalf of those of us who are involved with the Joseph Littles-Nguzo Saba Charter School is we're doing something about that. And because we are doing something about that, the superintendent of schools here in Palm Beach County has seen fit to take it upon himself to try to put our school out of business and out of operation, so that even those few children that we are able to serve each year will not be able to have that fighting chance of avoiding the fate that has otherwise been destined for them.
Good point, Baba. Good point. You touched on all angles. You know, you left, there was nothing uncovered. But in closing, and I don't want to end on this note, but I've just got to give it to you.
Let's go.
And I'm not going to put it out there, the school will not be closed, because we're going to fight this thing. But if that was to be, what do you see for the future? I mean, you laid it out. You know, they're not going to reverse this thing, you know. But if they were to win, and everything you said, the majority of us as black Americans here in America, we've heard this 1 or 2 or 3 times before. Why the prison industrial complex is in full effect. And like you said earlier, they ain't doing it for their children.
Absolutely.
What is the future for us? Being the only African-centered school in the state of Florida, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're absolutely right, Brother Ali. The Joseph Littles-Nguzo Saba Charter School has the distinction of being the only African-centered public school of any type. By that I mean whether a traditional public school or a public charter school. The Joseph Littles-Nguzo Saba Charter School is the only public school of any kind that has an African-centered approach and attempts to provide an African-centered curriculum in the entire state of Florida. And let's understand that Florida is the 4th largest state in the Union by population, in excess of 18 million citizens. Has a black population or population of African descent in excess of 3 million, and that's with the official count. And most of us know that there's a whole lot of black folks who don't get counted in the census. But let's use the conservative figure. The official count is in excess of 3 million. So that means for 3 million plus people of African descent in the entire state of Florida, there is one single school that is specifically established for the purpose of assisting the children of African descent from heading down the wrong path and ending up being cannon fodder for the prison industrial complex in the state of Florida, and by spillover, other states as well.
Right.
So will they succeed? Not if we have our way, because there's too much at stake. If our school goes down the tubes, it will be stated that it was because an African-centered public school failed to rise to the occasion and meet the test. And therefore, who do you think is going to be willing to try to reinstate or reintroduce an African-centered curriculum or approach to education when the one that we had will have been deemed a failure? So for the sake of those 3+ million people of African descent in the state of Florida, and whatever portion or percentage of them are children, this school must survive this latest assault by this individual who would seek to take this away from black children and from black people. I'm pleased to say, brother, that after years of having to play the role of sort of like a jailhouse lawyer, in other words, I have had to learn the legal machinations and maneuverings necessary to try to keep the wolves at bay, so to speak, the Superintendent Johnsons and his ilk, to keep them at bay, understanding the charter school statute at least as well as they do, if not better, what they can and can't do legally, and keep them at bay. Now we have, for the first time, not only a lawyer to represent us, but we have 2 lawyers who have signed on, and that is a true blessing.
Yes.
Our lead attorney is Attorney Pt.3, who resides in and practices law in Delray Beach, Florida. Young man of impeccable character and commitment to black people. Recently won a suit, or at least the preliminaries of a lawsuit, on behalf of Brother Curtis Sherrod, who brought suit against the school district of Palm Beach County for discrimination against black children and refusal to institute an African-centered curriculum here for children of African descent. That suit has been won technically, and hopefully the final results of that will be made public within the next month or so, if not sooner. So that is our attorney, now our lead attorney.
Right.
His associate attorney is a man who I consider to be my mentor in the charter school movement. That is Attorney Lawrence Patrick, Jr., up in Detroit, who is without a doubt the most knowledgeable and one of the most respected, if not the most respected, people in the charter school movements, or when it comes to charter school issues, legal or otherwise, in the entire country. He has signed on to be the associate attorney and to lend his expertise with respect to charter schools in particular to Brother Pt.3 in this effort. So quite frankly, as I sit here sharing this with you, I'm feeling better and more confident about the prospects for our school than I have ever felt in the past, and that is in large part because I no longer feel a need to fight the battle alone, or that I'm fighting the battle alone. I now have these 2 exemplary legal individuals who have joined our team and who can take this fight for us to the oppressor, yes, and those who would do or continue to do our children a grievous disservice. So as the saying used to be, help is on the way. Well, the cavalry has arrived.
Okay. All right, Baba.
Again, I am Baba Afrikan Geuka, the board chairman currently and a co-founder of the Joseph Littles-Nguzo Saba Charter School here in now Riviera Beach, Florida, Palm Beach County. And I can be reached by telephone at area code 561-689-1536. I can also be reached through our school's website, which is www.JLNSCS.org. And of course, I have my own website that people can contact me through, and that is www.amefika.com. So either of those is a good way that I can be contacted.
Okay, Baba, like I said again, thank you again, brother. And we hope to be talking to you real soon.
Real soon.
Yes, sir.